my channel. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about my father's passing. Just to be upfront and honest, he passed away in 2011, but I kind of wanted to come on here and let you know the story behind that, and then kind of just discuss where I'm at with my emotions and feelings about it now. So let's go ahead and get into this video. So super quick backstory. My parents were married up until the day my dad died. They were super in love. I have 2 older brothers, and I could do a separate video on like a draw my life or what have you, or a get to know me. But for this video, I just kind of want to hop right into when my dad died. My parents were 30 years apart, so that made my dad a lot older than my mother, and so he didn't pass away at like a surprisingly young age. It was still like super fast and unfortunate. He was diagnosed with liver cancer September of 2011, and then he died he was diagnosed on August 17th of 2011, and then he died September 17th of 2011 at home. He was in home hospice, and it was super hard. But to be completely honest, I have spent the last like 5 years just being so stinking angry at my dad. Not for anything that he did, just because I was an adolescent and hurting and going through the different stages of grief. Which is totally normal and totally okay. But what prompted me to make this video is I went to visit my dad's grave today. And that's something that I haven't done since he was buried. We did recently move to a house, and this house just so happens to be super duper close, like walking distance from the cemetery where my dad is buried at. So my fiance, my youngest daughter, and I went there today to visit him, and it was extremely raw and emotional, and I didn't think I was going to react the way I did, just because I have been so angry with him, and I'll explain why I was angry with him and why I'm no longer anymore. I think when he first passed away, I was just so upset because I thought, well, first of all, I was 17, so I was a brat. But I thought, man, you knew how old you were when you and my mom decided to have me. How could you do that? You knew you weren't going to live very long, or not that he was going to get cancer, but I'm like, you knew you were going to be an old dad, I guess is what I should say. And I was mad at him for that, which is so ridiculous. And I don't think I've come to realize how ridiculous that was, but I also accept that it was a stage of grief that I had to go through. But now, I think having my own children has opened my eyes a whole lot to the entire world, and it's made me become more selfless towards my children. And my dad was the best. He was awesome. And he didn't want to die. He didn't want to miss me getting my driver's license. He didn't want to miss me getting married. He didn't want to miss seeing my babies, XYZ. He didn't want to. It just so happens the good Lord called him up, and it was his time. So I just realized, I'm sorry, there's a massive bee right here. Oh my God. Anyway, I've come to realize that my dad didn't want that. And to be quite honest, when the good Lord calls us at our time, it doesn't matter who, what, when, where, how, what we're doing. He's going to call us. And I just have to look back and be super happy and content with my upbringing and who he raised me to be, and just talk to him when I want. Like, I know he's there. I know he's listening. I wanted to just go ahead and hop on YouTube, and if there's anybody out there who's recently lost a parent and is still kind of going through the anger phase or whatever, just know that it's okay. No one knows how long different phases of mourning will last. But just go through them, and eventually you'll fall, like, your emotions will kind of fall into place. I'm now at a state of not anger, but I do miss him. I'm sad, and it was a very, like, mentally draining day, and I'm exhausted, but I feel so much better venting. I vented to my fiance, and now I'm venting to you guys, and I feel more at peace with my dad than I ever have before, and that's a really good feeling, to miss him and not be upset because of something he couldn't control. But like I said, that's part of being an adolescent and not understanding how anything really works and kind of just being a brat. But I miss my dad now, and now I have the chance to mourn him and miss him and not be angry at him for having me. And I don't think I've ever said that really to anybody, that I was mad at my dad for dying, for leaving me, because for some reason I thought he knew he was going to die at a young age and that I would not have him. But now looking at it, I mean, he could have died, he could have been 30 years younger and died in a car accident. Bad things happen, unfortunate things happen to people every day, and young children lose their parents every day. And there's just so much sadness that it's not just me. But I do want to say that for all of you that are watching that's going through some kind of grief or mourning right now, that it's okay. And you're gonna have days that go up, and then you're gonna have days that just plummet down, and it's gonna knock you on your butt, and it's gonna hurt, and you're gonna cry, and then you're gonna pick yourself back up again until the next roller coaster ride. But if you liked this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. I do have a cleaning channel right now, or a cleaning series on my channel. It's 2020 Clean With Me, but I think I'm also going to do a get to know me, possibly a Q&A. So if you guys would love to see that, leave me some questions down below, and I will be sure to try to jot those down, answer those questions, and get it on film for you guys. But that's it. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching this, and if anybody else needs support out there who's going through grief, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. You'll be in my thoughts, my prayers, and I definitely send really good vibes to anybody that's struggling right now. Check out my channel and consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.